welcome. I request all to please rise for the Tamil Thai Valthu. நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கீழொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தற்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே. Please be seated. Today, on the 279th meeting of the Shakespeare Millennium Club, I, Pragati Ramesh, the youngest member of this 23 years and 3-month-old club, has been given this joyous task of welcoming this very august gathering of eminent and distinguished people from the legal, academic, administrative, and media walks of life. I extend our revered and most hearty welcome to our chief guest, the erudite and most judicious jurist, Honorable Justice Mr. M. Sundar, who, in the midst of his heavy schedule of work as Judge of Madras High Court, has deigned to be with us to release the book Essential English Grammar for graduate level students. We welcome you, Your Lordship. We are very happy to welcome each one of the first copy receivers, Mr. Janakan Paul, MD of the Adyar Times, Dr. Aravindan, Director of the Institute of Distance Education, University of Madras, Mr. S.P. Sivalingam, the President of the Cosmopolitan Club, Mr. K. Sundareshwaran, former President of the Cosmopolitan Club, Dr. Kalyani Anbuchelvan, former Vice Chancellor of the Tamil Nadu Open University, my father and the main sponsor for this function, Mr. Ramesh Venkatachalapati, who is a patron member of the Shakespeare Millennium Club and Vice President of the Cosmopolitan Club, along with each and every distinguished office bearer, Mr. Sanjay Ramasamy, Mr. Swaminathan, Mr. Annamalai, and the past president again. I am honored to also welcome the Associate Editor of The Hindu, Mr. Prince Frederick, and Mrs. Ranjini, Chief Reporter of Adyar Times, the President of the Shakespeare Millennium Club, Mr. V. Selvaraj, IAS retired, along the members of the club. Welcome to every well-wishing and academically inclined person present here today, like Mr. Sriram and Mrs. Hemalata, senior advocates, and last but by no means the least, the authors, Dr. Chitra and Dr. Jamuna Kalyani Sridharan, and their family and friends. Welcome one and all. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Apologies. We welcome you, Mrs. Hema Sampath.
On behalf of the Cosmopolitan Club and the Shakespeare Millennium Club, we would like to honor the Chief Justice by Mr. S. Sundareswaran. The Chief Guest will be honored by Mr. N. Sundareswaran. I humbly request Mr. Sanjay Ramaswamy to please honor Mr. V. Selvaraj, President Shakespeare Millennium Club. I kindly request Mr. Ramesh Venkatachalapati to please honor Justice Hema. I request Mr. Manigandan to honor Mr. Kailasam, Senior Advocate, Madras High Court. Mr. Manigandan. I request Mr. Ramesh Venkatachalapati once again to please honor Mr. M. Sriram.
I request M. Sriram to honor the President of the Bar Association, M. Bhaskar.
I now request Mr. V. Selvaraj to please give our memento to the senior judge, Mr. S. Sundar.
I request Sanjay Ramasamy, Secretary, Cosmopolitan Club, to honor the former President of Madras Bar Association, Mr. V. R. Kamalnathan.
I request Mr. Krishna Ravindran to honor the Secretary of the Madras Bar Association, Mr. Thiruvenkatam. Okay. Thank you, sir. We have now come to the showstopper, the release of the book. I request Honorable Justice Mr. M. Sundar to release the book. Yes. The first copy will be received by Mr. Janakan Paul. Please accept and reciprocate. I request Mr. Sanjay Ramasamy to receive a copy and reciprocate with a few words. I request Mr. Janakan Paul to reciprocate with a few words. Yeah, you can use it.
Good evening. I'm indeed humbled and honored to receive the very first publication from His Lordship this evening on behalf of Adaya Times. Adaya Times is a tabloid weekly started by my father around 30 years ago, and it's doing great in our neighborhood. And it's indeed a privilege to receive the first copy from such passionate authors, Dr. Chitra and Dr. JKS, who's also very well known to my father for a very, very long period of time. It's a book that we will treasure, and I surely hope that the book is a great hit and success. So wish you all the very, very best on the new book. Thank you.
I request Mr. Sanjay Ramasamy to reciprocate with a few words.
My Lord, Mr. Justice Sundar, Mr. Selvaraj, Chairperson of Shakespeare Millennium Club, Mr. K. Sundareswaran, past President of this club, Secretary, the Vice President of this club, Mr. Ramesh Venkatachalapati, members of the dais, dignitaries of the dais and on the dais. It's a pleasure. In fact, I was not prepared to say a few words, so you've taken me by surprise, but nonetheless, Shakespeare Millennium Club has been having their meetings regularly for the last, I think, more than a decade or so, 23 years in this. So they made a mark. And from Cosmopolitan Club, we've done as much as we can to cooperate with them. And Ramesh, as always, is a Shakespearean himself. So he has actually been instrumental in guiding this entire club. Also, his daughter is also a keen Shakespearean, and she has also become a member of this club. I'm sure they will take it to greater heights. And of course, all you ladies who are members here, who are so regular in attending the proceedings here, will take this to the next level. I wish you all success. And to the author of this book, Dr. Chitra, it's phenomenal for, especially for young children, for at this day and age, essential English grammar for graduate level students. That's phenomenal. Great effort from your side for authoring this book, and also to Dr. JKS. Wish you all the very, very best, and we will, from Cosmopolitan Club, continue to give us your cooperation at all times. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Kalyani Anbuchelvin to please receive her copy. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Mr. K. Sundareshwaran, the former president of the Cosmopolitan Club, to accept her copy. You are accepted to reciprocate, please.
Honorable Mr. Justice, my Lord M. Sundar, Senior Advocates Hema Sampath, Sri Ram, A.K. Sri Ram, Mr. Sri Ram, all my friends here, office bearers of the MBA, Mr. Ramesh, and most importantly, Mrs. Jamuna, who has been the backbone behind this organization. Gentlemen, I request you all to give her a big hand of applause. She truly deserves this. Thank you very much for calling me here and being part of this function. Cosmo and the Shakespeare Millennium Club have been associated for a long period of time. And Mrs. Jamuna and all the other members here and those who are not here have done a phenomenal amount of activities. Thank you very much. I wish them all the best.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Ramesh Venkatachalapati to receive a copy. Thank you. I now have the distinct pleasure of requesting the President, Mr. V. Selvaraj, IAS retired, to give the presidential address.
Honorable Justice Sundar, distinguished invitees and recipients of the honor of this evening's function, ladies and gentlemen, I was attending a function which I consider to be very close to my association with people long time ago. That was in Bangalore. So I had arrived into Chennai by this flight from Bangalore at 2:30 to 3 and got ready to be present here on this very, very pleasant evening. Now we are in an era where the role of English language itself is being questioned, mistaken, misinterpreted, sometimes not properly understood. Years and years ago, when I was a student leader, I had presided over a meeting addressed by the elder statesman Rajaji. I had called him to, just as we have the honor of having the Judge of the High Court, Honorable Judge of the High Court. As a student leader in Loyola College, I had invited Rajaji to address the students. And he spoke on the role of the English language. I remember that. He said, the British looted us. The British took away our diamonds. The British took away our wealth. And when they were leaving our country, and they were in a hurry to pack up things which belonged to this country, and in their hurry, they left behind an important good that belonged to them, that is the English language. That was how we described how of all even amongst the European countries, English is not being widely spoken or understood. But distant India has mastered it. We had masters of Konyaranga. Just a minute. Don't disturb when somebody is speaking, I say. We had mastered the language. We had Right Honorable Srinivas Sastri to Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer and great eminent orators who spoke in English, flawless English, much to the admiration of great scholars. Dr. Radhakrishnan's pronunciation of certain expressions is being followed even today by the BBC as the standard pronunciation of those words. So India has played a very, very eminent role in understanding, getting educated, and in passing on the benefits of education from generation to generation. And this language of English has provided a very, very desirable, very, very important vehicle for transfer of that knowledge, of thought, of literature. Coming to the subject of today's meeting, the Shakespearean Millennium Club, which was started by Mrs. Sridharan, with all her efforts, are nearing the 300 meetings. This is supposed to be the 293rd meeting or so. And without any interruption, without fail, they have been holding their meetings, and they have received a lot of support from the Cosmopolitan Club. The presidents of Cosmopolitan Club, particularly the office bearers, president, vice president, secretaries of the club, have extended a lot of support in the organization on conduct of the meeting, which has provided a lot of input for people who have attended, also spreading the message of education in English and studying the language through the works of Shakespeare, conducting exhibitions on Shakespeare, spreading this message to the educated youth, from the younger generation till people who took interest in understanding more and more of Shakespearean work. This is a very, very important contribution which people who have studied English and people who would like to write in English, people who would like to read the writers in English, will be very grateful for. Today's book that is being released is the effort on the part of two very significant, very important English teachers, and they have co-authored the book, and they have brought out certain features which are not commonly understood or even taught in colleges and universities. I remember when we were all young students, our teachers used to take pride in bringing that red-colored, red-wrapped grammar book, Ren and Martin, and they used to take a lot of pride in holding it, teaching the grammar to the students like young fellows who were sitting in front. And I was suggesting your wrapper is not reflective of Ren and Martin, but your invitation which was sent out at least has that symbol of that grammar book. I would like to congratulate these two lady authors who have taken extraordinary pain in producing this volume. And I would like every one of you to be also get involved in whatever is happening in the field of spreading the knowledge of literature, English literature. I'm once again thankful to the organizers for the very important meeting and for calling an eminent judge of the Madras High Court to be with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite Dr. G.K. Chitra to say a few words.
A warm welcome to everyone gathered here. My special welcome to our Justice Sundar and the dignitaries who are on and off the dais. I am really honored by all of you for being present here for releasing this book. This is my third book which I have written on grammar. I am deeply indebted to Dr. Jamuna Kalyani Sridhar ma'am for being a co-author of this book. I owe her so much. She has designed this book and she has made most of the work in this book. Being an English teacher for the past more than 28 years, I have seen since our people who are not having English as the first language or the mother tongue, we tend to make small mistakes which should be corrected then and there. But most of us don't find it easy to follow the corrections which are made by our teachers or superiors. So this book is a small, I should say, compared to the world famous authors, it's a very small work from our side. We have tried to find out what are the mistakes which are committed by the students, by young graduate students especially, for them to correct themselves. Usually, grammar is supposed to be very difficult for all of us. But in my lifetime, as far as possible, I made English grammar easy to my students. And of course, I am a small drop in the ocean of the knowledge of Dr. Kalyani ma'am. So I should say so. I am also one of her student. Here, there is a very important thing I want to say is, even though there are so many books which have been authored by so many people all around the world, especially the native speakers of English, this book has been designed to find out what are the mistakes or common mistakes which are committed by people who have English as a second language, especially in India and in Tamil Nadu. So this book will be a very easy guide for people, for students who want to learn English and to make English easy, simple and very practicable, I should say. Small mistakes which are committed by students have been noted down all over the years, and we both have authored this book to make English an interesting subject also and not be nerd. Thank you everyone. Thanks to everyone for attending this book release function.
Thank you, Doctor. I now request Dr. Jamuna Kalyani Sridharan to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone, and my most hearty welcome to our chief guest who has honored us with his presence today, and all the other people who have spent their precious time in coming all the way over to the Cosmopolitan Club to be with us here today to encourage our effort. I can tell you one thing, I am 80 years old and I have had a line of misfortunes like fractures, 9 fractures on the left side of my arm and leg, with the result I'm not able to stand for long. So I'm doing my work from a very, very different kind of position, most of the time horizontal. But God has given me the energy and the strength to come out with this book. Chitra has given her inputs in a very, very big way, but the nitty-gritty of aligning it, writing it, and then designing the cover, all these things have been done by the Price publication, and I should say that a big part has been played by the youngsters, the MD Price and also Ms. Mohanapriya, who has been a great help in this regard. And to just give you a small input about the book, I would say that we will all be wondering when we have the words like ending in Y, but which when they form the plural or the third person singular or the adjective IER or IEST, why do we drop the Y and why do we add ER and EST for other words? Now when you say TRAY, tray, the plural is trays. When you say BOY, boy, it is boys. But when you say lady, it is LAD, not Y, but IES. You drop the Y. Could anybody in the audience give me the reason for it? Do you know? If you don't know, please read the book and you will get to know. But I shall tell you, just to give you an idea, when there is a vowel before the Y, there is no change. Only S is added. But if there is a consonant, then the Y is dropped and IE is added. All these little bits of information are to be found in the book. So you will find it a good, steady reading if you're going to be able to read the book. I would suggest that each one of you, just for the pleasure of reading, because reading makes a complete man, that is what Bacon has said. So I would suggest that you would also have the pleasure, because the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And therefore, please do try and read the book. Thank you all very much for being here with us, and I especially thank the sponsor, Mr. Venkatachalapati, for making this evening possible. And I thank all the youngsters, Pragati, Mohanapriya, Kavita, and every other person who has been a great help in organizing this function. I also thank the persons who have received the first copy, who have done us the honor of receiving the first copy. Thank you all very, very much from my side. Of course, there will be a formal vote of thanks, but before that, thank you all for your patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. I now request Mr. A.K. Sriram, Senior Advocate, to give an introduction of the Chief Guest, Justice M. Sundar, to the gatherers.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and good evening. I've known this particular gentleman for more than 30 years now. No reflection on our age, of course, but I've known him for more than 30 years. Extremely, extremely meticulous as a lawyer, which trait has continued in his journey as a judge. Now, we're really not here to discuss him. This is a sort of an introduction. As far as juniors are concerned, in court, in his court, you can make a mistake in the law. He will gladly correct you. You make a mistake in the language, he may probably frown at you. So that's the kind of language that he has. This remarkable fluency, the innate ability to place the right word in and at the right place, diction, and a vocabulary that is second to none, all of these put together as an amalgam ensured that he was a debater par excellence during his days in Madras Law College. Now, these are some of the qualities that ensured that the organizers, the members of this Shakespeare Millennium Club, did not look at anybody other than him to be the chief guest for this evening and to release the book. Knowing him, I'm sure he would have read the book inside out. That's number one. And number two, in the words of Rex Harrison and My Fair Lady, I'm sure he would have read it backwards as well. And therefore, in a lighter vein, even if there is a printer's devil in the book, he's not going to forgive you. He's really not going to forgive you. Another interesting aside, which is not very well known about him, is his equal fluency and felicity in Tamil, which not too many people know, which allows him to speak wonderfully in chaste Tamil. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our chief guest for the evening, Justice M. Sundar.
Thank you, sir. Now we have reached the climax, the much awaited words of wisdom emanating from the years of judicial eminence and erudite scholarship. May I request your lordship to please address the eagerly waiting audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm not addressing each one of you by name because I virtually know most of you by first name. So that would become a very long list. So pardon me for that. Greetings and good evening again. It was a great honor to be here today, and I spent the weekend, as Mr. Sriram pointed out, reading this book. It was an immense learning. I was reminded of the age-old adage, don't judge a book by its wrapper, but there are always exceptions to adages. And I would say this book is certainly an exception to the adage. The reason is, you see the wrapper, you find a rainbow, and that rainbow from the blue sky is converging, or rather dropping into a pot of gold coins, which is a treasure. Probably that is what the designer had in mind. But after reading the book, I can tell you for sure, you can judge this book by the wrapper too. It's an exception to the adage. You find units of grammar or for each color of the Vibgayar, and then you find all of that converging. I found one USP. I'm using the expression USP for want of any other better expression of this book, and that is, it is very, very simple and lucid. I must congratulate Dr. G.K. Chitra and Dr. Jamuna Kalyani Sridharan. Dr. J.K.S. as it is here in the J.K.S. as it is in the wrapper. They have stepped themselves into the shoes of the reader, and a reader who may or may not have had his or her education in English as the medium of education, and they have gone into the questions which might be basic questions, rudimentary questions, doubts, if I may use the expression, which will be in the minds of young minds, and they have nicely answered those in 12 chapters spreading over 142 pages. It's so simple that it would be of immense help to anyone, irrespective of whether he or she has had his school education with English as the medium of education. To that extent, I would say the book is, this is the USP of the book, and they have also taken an illustrative approach, and besides a question answer approach, they have tried to address questions and tried to answer them with illustrations. That is very, very helpful, and that would be very useful, cutting across all kinds of readers. And as regards, I find most of the audience here as members of the bar, so I thought I will share this with you. Normally, language is a medium of communication, but in the profession of law, it is not just a medium of communication, but it is a tool with which you work. One punctuation here, erroneously made, or one conjunction used erroneously can give you a bipolar opposite meaning. In that view of the matter, I think it would be of immense help to students who enter law college, and I'm very sure that this book will very quickly see very many editions, not just reprints, in quick time. I'm very confident about that. I congratulate the publishers also. I congratulate the authors once again, and all those who have been behind organizing this book release. I'm truly humbled to be here. Thank you very much for having me amidst you. Thank you, and wish you a wonderful and pleasant evening.
Thank you, Your Lordship. I now request the President of the Madras Bar Association, Mr. Bhaskaran, to felicitate the Honorable Chief Guest.
Today, Ramesh Shankarajulu is celebrating his birthday. I request Honorable Justice to present him a shawl.
Thank you. I now request Ms. H.J. Mohanapriya to deliver the vote of thanks.
Your Lordship and every other dignitary assembled here today, Shakespeare would have said, I can no other answer make but thanks and forever thanks. I cannot excel the bar, but I shall try my best to acknowledge our gratitude. I thank your Lordship for giving us such a patient hearing which no litigator in the court could have possibly dreamt of. I thank each and every one of the participants, especially the recipients of the first copy, who like experienced actors played their roles to win acclaim from everyone. Our sincere gratitude and thanks to Mr. Ramesh Venkatachalapati for his excellent liaising skills and his kind-hearted sponsorship. I thank the presidents and the members of Shakespeare Millennium Club and Cosmopolitan Club for their unwavering support. I express our thanks to the authors, prize publication, and every one of the special invitees assembled here today. I would like to dutifully acknowledge the valuable support of the media, especially the Adyar Times and the Hindu. Our sincere thanks to Mr. Ramesh Kannan, Briksha for the lovely mementos, and Mr. M. Karthikeyan, Bantu Tintu Shop for their wonderful gifts. I record my thanks to Mr. Keith, Mr. Dinakaran, and their member of staff who are ready with a gourmet spread for us. Sevikku unarvu ஈந்த பின் வயிற்றுக்கு சிறிது ஈயப்படும். Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Mohanapriya. I now request Mr. V. Selvaraj to honor the chief guest with the memento. Thank you all. I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I now kindly request everybody to please join us for dinner at the next hall, which is the Tulip Hall. Please do join us for dinner, everyone.